This is a promotional Buzz Lightyear figure released internationally by Nestle for the first Toy Story film. It's a very small figure, as my thumb next to it shows. Maybe you look at this and think, man, that's one tiny little Buzz toy. Now here's a Buzz that came off of a candy capsule. He's a bit smaller than the Nestle one for sure. Alright, and now here's a Buzz made for a Disney Parks playset. It's in the same pose, but a bit smaller than the previous. And here's a Buzz released in those Disney Parks figure packs. Again, in the same pose, but a bit smaller. Getting even smaller. This is a tiny Buzz made by Tomy under their Fusion brand as a mini blister gachapon prize for the first film. This one specifically is a localized version produced in the mid-2000s with slightly different paint detailing. Again, much smaller than the previous figure. Returning to those Disney Parks merchandise, here's one made for a line of Disney monorail playsets in 2004. He's a tad bit larger than the original Polly Pockets, but is still much smaller than the Fusion figure. Finally, we reach the Swinky, which was part of a set of tiny rubber collectible figures from the early 2010s. To my knowledge, this is the smallest standalone Buzz Lightyear figure ever made, and it's considerably much smaller than the monorail toy by quite a bit. Once again, I'm removing the larger figure, but instead, let's bring back the Nestle figure that started the video. Look at how massive it looks in comparison to the Squinky, especially considering how small it seemed to be at the beginning. This right here is why I love collecting tiny merchandise and differently sized figures as a whole. What might have seemed like a tiny or massive toy initially can have its scale completely flipped on its head depending on what other sized figures surround it. It's just a really interesting case of perception and the way our brains see things in relation to others, and figures of the same character are a great example to demonstrate this idea.